Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the CEO Talks podcast, number one entrepreneur podcast in the world, galaxy, galactic federation, universe, everywhere where podcasts can be found on all platforms, soon to be. And we're here with a special entrepreneur.
Damn right.
We're here with Damn Right.
What's going on, man? It's your boy Kingmil, the 8 guy, and I'm on the number one entrepreneur podcast in the world with my, I can curse on you?
Yeah, curse.
With my motherfucking guy.
Fuck it.
Marco.
Where?
Sunglass Marco, I go by.
Right now it's Kim Marco, or like podcast.
Podcast Marco. Okay.
Podcast interviewer.
All right.
Yeah, different Marcos out here.
All right.
So yeah, welcome to the podcast. Finally.
Thank you for having me, bro. This was a long time coming.
Yeah, a long time. I remember when I first started, then I got you actually motivated me to start this.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You motivated me to do everything I do.
Nah, because you had your podcast.
Dust.
You had the podcast, and I'm like.
That's because I was trying to kick dust like Marco, man.
Yeah, it all goes back, because you kicking dust, then over here it gets dusty, and I'm like, nah, I gotta kick this dust, and then, it just goes back. We cannot have dust settling in our dreams, process, and journey, which is like a great example of like the entrepreneur shit. Mm-hmm. It's just like, you see someone working,
yep. You
want to work too. You should want to be able to work too. You shouldn't want to like hate or be like, I can do it better than them, or I can do it like whatever, So
yeah.
like. No, you really did. Cause you had like a whole season. You had like over like 20 episodes.
Crazy.
Then you had season 2.
Crazy.
Then you're gonna just keep doing it and being consistent with it. So definitely motivated me to be like, yo, I gotta start mine. So to anyone out there watching this, like, because someone is doing something already that you want to do, don't feel shameful or don't feel scared to start that, because it might look like you're copying them or.
Yeah. Because it's real quick. Like I remember I was on Twitter the other day and somebody came out and said that they want to start a podcast.
Uh-huh.
But they said that they've been wanting to do this for 2 years, but they didn't do it because I was doing it, and they didn't want to be like, oh, you copied, Kingmil. And I'm like, nah, it should never be like that. I got the idea from somebody too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Ain't nobody say nothing about me. So I say that to say, like, if you want to do something, just do it. Honestly, especially if somebody else inspired you to do it,
Yeah.
Then like if you really picked up off something, like if somebody like connected with you in a way, and now you want to do what they do, like that's fine. Try it out. You could figure out down the road it might not be for you. You never know. But no, we're not saying don't try it out. Get it done. You never know what can happen.
Don't feel like you're obligated to feel like someone else is gonna downplay you just because you're doing what they're doing. They might, that person will probably support you the most out of anyone that's out there to support you. Like, yo, go do that. Cause like you said, you got the inspiration from somewhere else. Like, that should be your number one goal as an entrepreneur, is to motivate other people to take that risk, take that jump, and just go with it, no matter. Cause you're always gonna do it different than however anyone else is going to be doing different. People got different visions, different realities, different concepts, different ways they want to go about things. But with all that being said, give us like an introduction, what you do, who you are, and we'll start off from there.
Okay, so basically, my name is Kingmil Miceus. I'm gonna say Miceus for now.
Miceus, okay.
Well, my name is Kingmil Miceus. I'm from Rockland County, New York, Spring Valley, New York, Haverstraw, New York. I'm Rockland.
Yeah.
And I am a executive producer.
Executive producer.
Exactly.
Now, there's a lot behind that. Like,
yeah.
I know, but give people some intel about what does it mean to be an executive producer, because you're a serial entrepreneur. You got your hands in a lot of stuff.
Creating.
And not only do you have your hands in a lot of stuff and you're like juggling and then dropping things, you're actually juggling big, heavy things and making a name for yourself, making a face for yourself. Like, I'm pretty sure when people see you, they're like, oh my God, that's Kingmil. Like, I've seen your content. You know,
it's actually getting crazy now.
Behind the the top of the pyramid, executive producing. What do you actually do, and what have you like?
So I am the CEO of a label. Say that's more Entertainment, SLDM Records. I am the producer of the Spot Podcast, and I am the CEO of Say Let's Do More Entertainment. You know, so I run a production company as well, and I just create things and
content creator.
Right, whatever I'm creating, a lot of the times involves a lot more than me. You know, I'm like literally creating whatever I feel like needs to be done. Like for example, I created my platform. You know, I'm the producer of my platform. I produced that. And I did that because it was needed in my town. There was no outlet for the music scene going on out here. And I knew from a while ago, coming out of high school, whatever it was, like, just like growing up, I've always had a name for myself. So when I got to that point, I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? You know, I left college, like, fuck that. And I'm just like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I've always had this niche for music. And then things picked up. One thing led to another. I'm managing an artist. The name got bigger. The brand got bigger. And
because there's a lot,
right? The brand got bigger. But the whole time I noticed, like, we had to overcome a lot, which taught me, which is what showed me, like, in this game, it's like, you climb a Mount Everest with a plastic fork, especially coming from here, you know? So, one thing led to another. I started to realize there's no scene here. People don't understand what we're trying to do. It's like talking to a baby, you know? They'll never comprehend what it is you're trying to do. So I took the initiative to just, alright, forget all this management stuff. I'm gonna create a platform for the city to use, and myself. I'm gonna use myself on my platform as well. I always do. You'll see me commenting on my own stuff, posting my own stuff, whatever I need to put up there, because that's what was needed, and that's what I produced. You know, the podcast as well. I had a show going on. I cut it off because I wanted to just elevate, show people new things. I like to show my audience that, like, I could do something like this and bring it to here fast. You know, everything I've ever done, anybody who knows me, you know it's gonna elevate. It's never gonna stop getting better, and it's gonna always stay consistent. So with the Spot Podcast, I had this niche, like, okay, I need to create something for my audience to come and see me. It was just a thought in my mind. Like, I have all these people who are so curious as to who I am, what's going on, what am I doing, but I have no platform for them to have access to that. Only when I'm on Instagram Live, or like when they see me at a function, or they see me on an interview with somebody else, talking about somebody else, not myself. And that's where the podcast came about. Just, I needed to create a platform for my audience to get a better understanding of me. I produced it from the ground up. One camera, hiring a cameraman. He moved, becoming my own cameraman, having an editor. He got lost, becoming my own editor. You know, and it just constantly has always been that. Had a studio, that went to shits. Got another studio, you know what I mean? And just continued to produce. And I'm the man behind everything I do. I push every single button. Does nothing happen, nothing you see, there's nobody behind me, like, oh, no. I'm the guy behind the curtain as well.
You're the battery.
Exactly. I'm the battery. I'm everything with it. So, like, I'm not just like the creative director. No. I'm the producer.
The plug. The outlet.
It starts here, and then I make everything else happen.
Nice.
Whether I hire somebody else to do whatever, I know he's better at this. He's a good shooter. I'm gonna put all the pieces together.
Because from my perspective, you got a lot of accolades. Like, you got your music videos that you produced.
Yeah.
Projects and music albums and projects that you produce. Your podcast. Your label.
Third project on the way.
Your what else? Your merch.
Yeah.
Everything. All ties together to one simple question: is where do you find the drive to continue to do all those things, like the perseverance, what makes you get up in the morning and say, this is what I want to do?
Honestly, the most genuine, like, there's only one way I can answer this.
Okay. That's it.
Because I want to. Because I want to. Like, I swear, like, I got out, I'm shooting these videos because I want to. Like, I've always seen these music videos.
But what's the why? What's the why? Like, why do you want to? Like, what separates the... What would you say to someone, you know, that wants to do that? Like, why would you give them? Like,
so, to get more in depth with it, I would say, because nobody can do it the way I want to see it.
Mm.
I've had other editors, I still do, whatever. I had other videographers, still do. And a lot of the times, it's just like, why am I going to ask you to do this one when I know I can do it? Because I know the way I want to see it. You know, nobody else has my vision. Nobody else is going to do what I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. So if I figure out how to do it myself, and it works, you just become addicted to it. And after a while, it's so satisfying. After a while, it's just like, damn, wow, like, you just want to do this. It's just like, I want to constantly do new things because I want to constantly figure out what's going to come out of my head. Like, oh shit, like, I just figured out how to do this. Now when I figure out how to do it, I just want to do it. I'm not going to do anything I don't want to do. Mm-hmm. Anything. I've seen podcasts all the time. I'm always watching all these very interesting. These people are funny. These people are very informative. These people are interesting. I want to do it. Mm. That's it. And I just go and I do it. And I make it happen. And if it works, it works. A lot of the times.
What happens when it doesn't work? How do you go by, like...
I was about to say, a lot of the times it does work. But a lot of the times it doesn't work. Yeah. But when it doesn't work, I love that. Because now I have more motivation.
It reminds you of that I want to do this because I want to do it and I want my vision to come to life.
Right.
And if it doesn't work, my vision's not coming to life. And
if it doesn't work, see, me, I'm also a person where I try not to miss. Where, like, obviously you're going to miss. Yeah. But, like, I'm only going to take the shots I'm close to guaranteed to making, right? So I'm going to, and even if not, I'm going to sit back and think about it for a long time. Like, there are things I've thought about, like that Instagram competition I did on live. Mm-hmm. I thought about that 6-7 months before I've ever done it. And I just waited. Just thought about it. Like, Then waited for the perfect moment. Perfect moment came, and it took off, went through the roof. You know? Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm one of those people where, like, if I couldn't get it to work, all right, cool. I'm going to sit back now, think about it, think about what went wrong, study it. How could I come back to this with a different approach? Normally, things work out. Like, I don't even want to be cocky, but, like, normally things work out the second time I come back at it, if it didn't already work the first time. Mm-hmm. You know, because at the end of the day, I'm not really going to go too far left with what I want to do. I know myself.
When you're looking at things to do and looking for your vision to come to life, what advice would you give as far as, like, planning and executing? Because I believe, you know, there's never a perfect time. Like, you make the time perfect. Like, what advice would you give to entrepreneurs who are experiencing this or have not yet to come to a place where they'd be like, all right, I'm gonna start it now. Like, is there certain things you do before? Is there research? Like, what advice
do I do before I jump all into something?
Yeah.
I wait until I hate myself for not doing it.
Mm. That's a big gem.
Yeah. Like, you ever want to do something and then you just, like, you wait on it and it's eating you alive. That's when like, whatever it is, it's telling you, like, yo, bro, you start seeing it everywhere. And you know these damn ads. You start thinking and looking stuff up and saying stuff. But next thing you know it's all over the place, you know, and you just become so interested in it, and then, like, it becomes like this burning sensation in you. And I've experienced already, like, man, I want to try this. Try it and it works. Now I'm addicted to that. Anytime I feel that, like, tomorrow I'll become a teacher. I swear to God, I'll drop everything and become a teacher. If that burning sensation inside of me is like, give up all this and go teach people how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna do that. Even if I did it for like a year, 5 years, for the rest of my life, I'm gonna go for it though. And if I feel something else along the way while I'm teaching, and it's eating me alive, and I start to just like, so not feel myself because I didn't do it, I'm gonna do it.
So kind of like foreseeing the future of telling yourself like, I don't ever want to sit in my bed and be like, damn, what if I did that?
Man, because I have situations like that now from when I was a young kid. Like, damn, I wish I would have figured out what I wanted to do in high school. I would have been, in an all-black college.
And you're still young. Like, I think that's some amazing advice for anyone watching this podcast right now at this time.
Yeah.
Is research that feeling. Look out to your options, that you don't have to tell yourself what if when you can know better.
Exactly.
And how to know better is I've people like you putting out content. They're like, hey, if I can do this,
you never know what can happen.
You can do this too.
You never know, and you gotta understand, like, it's never overnight. Like, I'm big on this whole thing. I used to be the dude that was like, oh, I worked mad hard on this. Why are y'all not fucking with it? That's whack. It's not how it works, too. Mm-hmm. Especially if you ain't put that 10,000 hours in. Forget about it. Unless God strikes you, touches your shoulder, and you look him in his eyes, and he goes, hey, I'm going to make it happen for you right now. Don't worry. That's probably never going to happen.
There's some things like that sometimes happen.
It could happen, though. Some guys go crazy on their first song. You never know. But, like, I'm big on, like, when you do something, expect to eat shit.
Mm.
Expect that. That's what you should want. Eat that. And turn that into food. You know what I'm trying to say? A lot of people, they feel too entitled. You know what I mean? Because they seen somebody else follow this simple. They think this process is so simple. They see somebody else do it. They try to replicate somebody else, not even realizing you're not even being yourself. You're probably not even doing what you want to do.
Majority of the time, that process doesn't even work for you.
Exactly,
because the process to get to that process is always like lingering.
Exactly. There's a lot people don't understand. So like, yeah, I'm just big on like when you're doing something for real and you're gonna start, expect to eat shit. And then one day you're gonna wake up and people are just gonna start appreciating you because you're gonna be so dived into like, you're gonna be so involved and invested into what you do. Like you're not even gonna look at it like how people. You're not gonna notice how people are soaking it in. You're just gonna be in the zone. Like, you don't realize the work you're putting in while you're putting in work. It just happens one day. Like out of nowhere, when I started going outside, everywhere I go, like people noticing me got more. Like it got heavier and heavier and heavier, and the reach started getting further and further. Like I'm in Jersey. You know what I mean? I can be in the city. For somebody to notice you in New York City, you don't know them. Mm-hmm. I'm in the subway. It's crazy for my content. I'm like, wow. I wasn't thinking of that while doing what I'm doing. It just ended up happening because this is what I'm doing.
Because you felt like it.
Exactly.
Because it's satisfying.
It's satisfying.
To see
and this is what comes with it. It's going out there. People from other countries, like it's crazy. And I didn't put it out there. I didn't expect it to go there. I don't know how the hell I went there. I just know this is what comes with what I'm doing. And as long as I'm doing it the right way, and whatever happens, happens. I'm big on that.
So me myself, I've seen a lot of success that you have went through. One of the things I want to get more comfortable with.
I feel like I haven't accomplished anything too.
That's kind of like where I want to steer the conversation is. You don't have to talk specifically, but talk about some experiences where you tried like 100%, like you gave it your all but still failed, and how you overcame that failure to keep moving.
Happened a few times.
You don't gotta get into it, but
I'm making quick too. But like, cause even if right.
What made you want to keep going like after failing? Because I feel like a lot of people out there.
Oh my God, the people that like support me. It's all about them. All about them. Like, Like, for example, when I first started, everything was cool at first. Then everything crashed really fast. Like, it went up fast, and then it went down 2 times faster.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And to me, it was like, wow, so much people are invested in me right now. Like, how could I stop? You know? So I had to think of something. I turned it into something else with other people.
Well, what thought? Because I want to after the statement, I want to get into the invested part and how supporting people isn't actually free. And I want to talk about that on the podcast on this episode. But back to you know, the people invested in you.
Right. I turned it into something else. Like, you know, I had a studio before. Beautiful situation, all this fancy, nice stuff, all these new people. Everything went up nice.
Mm-hmm.
Crashed 2 times faster. More people were invested in me. More people were involved. Now, I don't mean invested like money wise.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, supporters. People supporting me. People who actually want to push what I'm doing. You know, I feel
share,
like
repost,
it's disrespectful when you got people supporting you and you being lazy. Got all these people counting on you, and you not even giving it your all. You half-assing everything, and you complaining about everything, and you blaming everything on everybody else. And even if it is everybody else's fault, you're not even doing anything about it. You're just taking the L. You know, some dude, a rapper, he falls out with his engineer. You better learn how to engineer yourself. Or what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Not rap? You're not gonna find somebody else because he won't do it for free. Right? You know, a lot of that goes on. So I'm not that kind of person. A lot of what you see me doing as well too is like me replacing people. This was here, all right. This is not here no more. This is what I'm gonna do now. That's going too, all right. Well, this is what I'm gonna do now.
I feel like that's an important way to move, and I feel like
replace people with knowledge. You will never lose.
People feel stuck and stagnant when they face that thing where like your business partners don't want to work with you no more,
and they fall out and they lose motivation and they blame the whole world. Me? Thank you. Have a nice day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still gonna do what I'm doing though, no matter what. No matter what. They probably all gonna see this too. And they probably all feel this. They probably all looking at it like, yeah, this nigga. Yeah, that nigga ain't lying.
Yeah, it's fact. So what I was saying earlier too, before that statement, is supporting isn't free.
Hell no. It's not free. I don't think so. Support is not free.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta put in work for that. That's what I was saying before. Right? You gotta put in work for support. You're not just gonna do something and think just because you feel like you did it right, people are just supposed to just dive in and
or just because you think it's the best work you put out.
Yeah. That's not what it is. Especially, you probably not even, maybe it is, right? You probably not even doing enough for yourself to realize you putting it in front of the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Do your job all the way. You know, you're not going to get paid at work doing a half-ass job and your boss is just going to be like, all right. No? So like, yo, get to work, bro. You're getting paid for this, right? Mm-hmm. This is what you want to do. Do it for real. And when you put real work in, when you really know what you're doing, you know, normally you start off as like an intern or something, or like in a training, whatever. When you really know what you're doing, people are gonna back that.
Then your outcome becomes income.
Right, exactly. You know, I hate shit like that. Oh, repost is free. No, it's not. No, it is not.
It takes people time to repost.
It's more than time too. I could post your whack stuff and lose my credibility. My price can go down because I posted you. They don't realize that.
But back to the time thing is entrepreneurs gotta get used to appreciating people's time that it takes to comment, like, repost, share. Because what I was saying earlier before the podcast is people value themselves at a certain wage per hour.
Some people overvalue themselves too. That's a real conversation.
So even if it takes 5 seconds for that person to repost, comment, like, all in that 5 seconds, those 5 seconds are worth whatever that person values their time at. It could be $20 an hour. Those 5 seconds can equal 5 pennies a second. So I feel like entrepreneurs really got to appreciate and put in the work to gain that currency out of that person. What do you feel about that?
That's 100% too. Like, especially if you go into this influencer who you know for a fact can do something for you, could put you in front of an audience, or people look at people like that, like, oh, I wish they would, rock with me, whatever. All right, well, pay him. If you don't want to pay him, if you're good enough, he'll probably post you anyway.
Yeah. Why?
Because you're so good at what you do.
Because if you're good at what you do, you have supporters, and then if the influencer reposts you, it's a new audience. So why not? It's a win-win.
That's real street politics right there. Like, if somebody using you, cool. Make sure you can use them back though. If it's that one-sided situation is dead. It's 2021. It's dead. We taking what we got, we putting it together, or we just gonna keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, it sucks to say it, but like you really only go. Well, listen. I'm really not somebody that's gonna talk to somebody for no reason. I'm not big on that. Because what are we doing here? It's like when people come up to me and they're like, yo, what's up with the studio? Why are you telling me? You rap. Why are you trying to get me to put you in the studio? I have nothing to do with you. At all. We have no ties to anything. What do you mean, what's up with the studio? Book a session and tell me to pull up. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I can't, it's so much you can lose from talking to somebody for no reason.
It's a lot. Talk about what you can lose. Right. I feel like there's a lot of entrepreneurs that
credibility as an entrepreneur
are targeting the wrong things, and that's why they feel like they're stuck and stagnant, which is a big thing I'm about. It's like I want to regress from being stuck and stagnant. Like, I don't want people going on following their journey and then finding out months or years down the road that there's a big blockade, and then they become stuck and stagnant. For that mindset,
a lot of that can happen talking to people for no reason.
I believe you should surround yourself with people who force you to level up. So why be around someone that is going to bring you down?
It's like this guy too, right? You ever had the dude who he got all the answers, but he don't do a damn thing. He's involved with nothing. He don't do nothing. He, she, whatever, don't do nothing. They just talk. It's like them dudes on Clubhouse. I caught on to that so early in Clubhouse. I'm like, wow, this guy's so smart. He talking all this shit. I'm gonna go through his Instagram. I'm like, this guy's a bozo. What do you mean, how to be a millionaire? Do you see this guy? He's not a millionaire. Now people are going viral on Clubhouse because people are asking them. There's these chats, and people are asking them, so is anybody in here of any caliber of what you guys are trying to tell us and trying to help us become? No? You get kicked out of rooms and stuff like that for questioning people, asking for some type of clarification. You got hundreds of people sitting in a room trying to talk to these people all day. They really nobodies. That could hurt you, bro. Because now you're soaking in a bunch of information from who?
Someone that's not really doing it.
That could hurt you bad. That could put you in a very bad place in life. I've seen it happen, and it's happened to me. Taking information from people who don't really know what they're doing, people who don't know what they're talking about. Now you gotta dig yourself out a deeper hole. That gets in the way of so much.
What advice would you give to someone who doesn't know anything about that? How to stay away from that? How to deter your way from the wrong people? and also like building a team too. Like I think that entails, because I feel like we're entrepreneurs. The goal is to find like-minded people to work together to collaborate.
Yeah, but like even saying that, a lot of people want to be with like-minded people, but you really don't know what anybody's intentions are. Mm-hmm. So that's why a lot of things always go crazy. But what I would say for people who, like you said, how to stay away from that situation when you're talking to a bunch of nobodies, just do your networking, do your research. Real research. It takes 5 seconds. You Google when somebody is somebody. You Google their name. Anybody who got anything for real going on, you gonna Google their name, or you already know what's going on. You see it with your own eyes. The name is out there.
Or they have a track list of things that they've done.
Exactly.
Because
and they can show you. They can show you what they're talking about. They can actually show you. Like you meet some guy who's saying he's an A&R, he could be telling you that. Or you're gonna meet the guy who's gonna bring you to these studios and bring you to these artists,
and has a track
bring
list.
you to these, and he got this track list, and these people, they can actually.
For me, I like surrounding myself with people who are always occupied with their passion. Like Kingmil, you're pretty consistent. You're really consistent on the things that you have going on the things you have your hand in.
Yeah.
You're always like on the clock with it. It's really you're 24/7. It's really your grind, your hustle. Not CEO of Say Let's Do More Entertainment, but more of CEO of your life. Because I saw that, I see it every day. You're up, you work, you get to work, you're working on things, you're working on your computer, you're editing, you're trying to put ideas out. You're talking to me about ideas. You're always on go. And that's what I like to admire in entrepreneurs and surround myself with people, because if you're not occupied on following your dreams or your passion, that either means you're going to be occupied on things that will bring me down, or you're occupied on worrying about what I'm doing. And once you worry about what other people are doing, you're not worrying about yourself. So then those other people are worrying about you, and now they have to deter from what they're doing and then worry about you. And then it kind of just like bends the steel of a structure. And I see that in you like every day. Like every day is what is Kingmil going to do to make sure his vision and his passion and his dreams and his establishment and his business is gonna keep progressing and moving forward. So I feel like a lot of people can learn from that.
You know what else people need to thank you also, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But you know what people also need to like. People need to believe in slack time.
Slack time?
Very important.
Alright, speak about it. Slack time.
Very important. Sometimes I don't do a damn thing. That's where everything comes from. So sometimes I will sit down in my house for a week and not do shit. I'll sit around and watch TV. I won't even go outside. I don't want to hang with nobody.
Because you get that feeling that like, I'm overworking myself.
Exactly. That I know people who...
I need a break.
I say this so much. I think I've said this on other interviews. I know so many people who do exactly what I do, and they go so hard. They go hard. Sometimes I look at it like, man, what the fuck? I'm trying to be like that guy. But I'm bigger than this guy. Like, or whatever. So I'm looking at them, they going hard, they got all this stuff, they got this, they're killing it. Non-stop around the clock, and I'm just like, And what I'm doing is louder.
Yeah.
But I know it comes from me taking that time to just be like, let me get a clear mind and really see what I'm really gonna do here.
You work more efficiently.
Exactly. And at the same time, like, think about it. I probably, with all the work I put in, consistency nonstop, I look at it like right now, because I know me. I know what I do. That's me giving like 50% work, 50% fuck all this shit. Mm-hmm. I'm still a human being. I'm not going to kill myself for this, because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And as long as I'm staying true to it and true to myself, then this is how I can do it, and it's working. Time for myself, time for this. It's very important.
Because it's working. A lot of people really get the image of entrepreneurship and being a business owner that it has to work for everybody.
What do you mean?
Like, it has to, like, forget me, working for myself. It has to work for everybody. It has to please everyone. So I think what you're saying is great advice to, like, chill, take a break.
Yeah, I know you see some guy on, YouTube telling you gotta, what? Nah, he's not you. Yeah. So this is what you gotta do. What you have to do.
But don't, like, procrastinate though, right?
Hell no.
Don't, like, put it off to the side.
No.
I think every entrepreneur should. That's great advice. Every entrepreneur should set time aside to, like, chill, relax.
Be yourself, literally.
Be yourself, take a break.
Take that cape off. Take that costume off. Just, like, be yourself.
Yeah.
Just be you. Have natural thoughts. Do regular things. Like, I like to play video games. Sometimes I will sit at home and I will play video games for all day. I won't answer my phone. I don't care. I won't even accept business. I don't even want the money.
Detach yourself from.
I want to be myself right now.
Cause it's tiring.
It could be tiring if you're just like.
Let me tell you about. It's tiring without having breaks. Like, living every day, working and putting in work
on this social media stuff that's growing every single day.
And not that it's gonna make you a success overnight. Of course, working all those days, in the long term is gonna push you to where you want to be. But I think what most matters the most is those breaks.
100%.
Those breaks are gonna give you that momentum to, like, keep going.
Also, too, like,
keep going harder.
Like, you gotta love your struggle. You gotta love that struggle. Like there are certain moments where I was like, how the fuck am I gonna get out of this shit?
How am I gonna make it through?
How the hell? Like, I want to do something. I'm like even back then, when I first started this music thing, I was like, and in the position I'm in now, and even in the position I'm in now, I don't really see it as much. But, like, I feel like I'm forced to because of how everybody else sees it.
But when you were there, you saw.
But when I was there, I was like, how the fuck am I gonna get here? What the hell? What am I doing? Sometimes I look in the mirror like, what the fuck are you doing? What? I'm telling my mom, yeah, this is what I want to do. I have a Haitian mother. She's livid. She's like, you're not going to college? What you talking about? This rat. What? What?
Yeah.
So the person who's taking care of me doesn't believe in what I'm doing. I'm thinking she's supposed to, so now it's affecting me. I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to do this? My mother doesn't accept this. I live in my mama's house. And it was always like, damn. But I never let it, like, scare me from doing it. I was always like, damn. Now I definitely have to do it. Now I have to do this shit. I have to be right. I can't come out of all this wrong. Are you serious? Nah. I'm gonna figure it out.
What is that feeling? There's definitely that feeling that keeps every entrepreneur in common, like, going. I think ultimate failure, because you have failures, you can have failures, but they keep going and then have successes. But
you know what it really is?
That feeling of ultimate.
It's the feeling of it's like shooting 100. It's like shooting 100 basketballs. You miss 99 of them, but then you make one, and then you're like, oh shit. But that one shot means a lot, and it did a lot.
And it's almost the same as shooting 100, making 99, and on the last one you miss it.
That could feel like that could ruin everything.
Yeah.
So it's just that adrenaline rush of finally winning. Like, oh, finally, like, for a photographer, one of their pics finally get noticed by like a big blog or like goes viral, or like a rapper and his song finally starts charting. You know what I mean? Or like this football player finally scores his first, finally gets drafted to the league. You know what I mean? Like it's just that one score can make all the difference. You get addicted to it. It's like gambling.
What advice would you say to entrepreneurs out there watching this podcast on how to get to that score or that feeling where I missed 99, but I made the last one out of 100.
My advice to you is genuinely do what you're doing and just expect happiness out of it. Don't expect millions of views or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you turn it off. Just find a genuine happiness in what you're doing. And when it happens, you're gonna know what I felt. Like, you can't explain it. You're just gonna know, like, oh shit, I wanna do this forever. I don't care if I'm down to miss 1,000 shots to catch this W again.
Yeah.
If I miss 100, if I miss 99 shots to get this W, and that W was so nice, oh shit, I'll miss 1,000 more times. And it just happens. And then when you miss 1,000 times and you win again, you down to take 10,000 shots. Like, I don't give a fuck. I know I'm gonna make that shot though. Because a lot of the times too, especially in the business I'm in the do it again business.
And learn from
You're a nobody if you did it once. You better win again. And the bigger you win, you have to win even bigger. That's another reason why I'm always doing something else. Because that's how I flex. Alright, cool. Obviously I'm not a rapper. I can't make 5 hit songs. But I can be involved in that, go crazy with it, and be involved in this, and go crazy in that, and be involved in that, and go crazy in this, and be involved in that, going crazy in that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just want to catch that W. With the podcast, season 1, we went crazy all season. Regular, on the very last one, I was just happy to get it out. I was just happy to finally get some guests on there. It was cool. I had a small feeling like this podcast was a little more interesting than most, but whatever. Put it out. Boom. World star. Viral. I think it was the next day. Viral. Not only did it go viral, Clips came home. Clips came home that day. He just showed up in my crib. I was like, oh shit. We recorded the freestyle video. That day was just amazing. A lot was going on. Who would have thought that would have happened that day? Not me. It just happened. Out of just me genuinely doing what I'm doing and just following my genuine process.
And you having all the knowledge and experience, you're able to handle everything that comes in.
If I would have done these interviews, whatever, so long ago, all you would have heard me talk about was, oh, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, I'm trying to do this. You know what I mean? Now I'm at a point where it's just like, all the trauma and all that stuff, it's just, you just gotta, if you already know that this is what comes with it. That's not even something, like, if you don't expect any trauma out of what you're doing, if you just expect this golden road, you're gonna have it real bad in this entrepreneurial life. If everything in life is just handed to you. Look at Donald Trump. Look how he handled all the power in the world. Because he's a man that just had everything handed to him.
Yeah, pretty reckless.
It fell out. Everything fell off. For him, I would say. He went out really sad. As the president of the United States. that was an absolute horror show.
Because failure to address the American people on real issues. But then there's also the failure of...
To him, he doesn't look at it as failure. It's not his reality.
It doesn't change his reality.
If he was a president, he'd do the same thing. If he won again, he'd do the same thing. It's not in his reality to understand why we feel the way we feel. You know.
Right. But also with back to failure, I think someone told me that they seek to fail, and I told them like, as far as failing and trial and error, you kind of get the gist of how things go.
Yeah.
Eventually down the road, and I had a conversation about failure, and they were like, "Oh, that's just people's mindset and perspective." But what do you think about failure? Am I right? Am I like, you should only like want to fail or know how to fail or want that?
I don't think you should. I don't think you should want to fail. I wouldn't necessarily say you should.
I think you should want to experience what it feels like to fail.
You should never want.
Yeah, but
to. I mean, you never know, right?
If you never experienced failure, I don't think.
You should just know that, like, failure isn't where it ends.
Mm-hmm.
Really, like, just because you didn't get it right, or just because it didn't really happen
the first time,
or
the second time,
or even the 1,000th time. You feel me? That does not mean this is where it ends. You know? Mm-hmm. So I feel like you should just understand that before you expect failure. Like, you put something out and it doesn't do what you wanted it to do, you should just do it again. You know, you could hope, but just understand that what you're doing is a process. Because when it does happen, people are going to look back at everything that you were doing. When you have a catalog there that people can come back to, you know, but because that comes with just genuine work. Keep putting out your best, just doing your best at all times. Mm-hmm. Giving it your all. And then when it happens, everything picks up so much faster. Like, you could be the guy that was putting out all this dirt and then finally put something out that was really good. You know? But now you gotta do this one thing. You gotta stick to this one thing. Or you can be the guy that's been doing it.
But putting that dirt and then finally putting out, a sapling that's like growing from the ground.
It could.
You had to put all those dirt out in order to get there, and you finally made a formula for yourself in the process and the journey to like.
And you built an understanding.
This is how things get done, and I don't have to fail as much as I did anymore because I understand how to get this shit done.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
Basically, know how to get it done. Know what needs to be done. Like, you gotta do your research. You gotta
your due diligence, research.
You gotta learn from your mistakes. Like, at first I was doing things with just a camera. No, you need a mic as well. All right, gotta get the mic. Oh, well, now you gotta learn how to use the mic, and you gotta know what systems to use, and you gotta know about all of this stuff. All right, well, now we're gonna take a little seat now, because now we can't do this as fast as we thought we were gonna do it, because gotta find out what the fuck we're doing.
Mm-hmm. How to do it.
That's a part of the process. You feel me? And that's what we were doing in the beginning of last year. What did we have? We still have that episode. We gotta put it out.
Yeah.
Podcast, mics, no wires.
Yeah.
Just cameras.
And then the camera had a recording limit, so we didn't even know if it was still recording after like.
Now look at this. Who would have thought?
Look
at this. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
You feel me? So. Yeah, just constantly just.
Do you have any last things you want to say before we wrap it up? Any advice to people watching the podcast? What should people expect from you in 2021? And anything else you want to say to the viewers?
2021, I am just going. You're gonna see a lot, really, right? Projects coming out, content going out. I'm expanding the brand, so a lot of work. I'm still gonna be digging it up in Rockland, curating the fucking culture, and because remaining a pioneer in this shit, But I gotta branch out. I'm taking it elsewhere. I'm reaching out to my platform that's out there, and I'm just gonna make the best of my situation this year. Honestly, just continue to grow the platform. I can't really give you a specific because let's see what I'm doing. A lot more of that.
You said boast. It's like a new word.
What?
I don't know. You said boast. You put best and most together. That was pretty cool.
Shit. Yeah, I guess. But just a lot more. A lot more. I'm gonna be doing more this year and saying a lot less. Because also, I'm gonna start doing a lot of the behind the scenes work. You know, a lot of the editing, a lot of that stuff is behind the scenes work. You know, putting out projects. Clips is putting out a few projects this year. You know, I'm behind that, going crazy, and yeah. And what I want to say to everybody is, once again, like I always say to everybody, thank you for appreciating me, thank you for supporting me, and damn, I've never had the opportunity to tell people anything.
Tell me.
Just thank you guys.
First time for everything.
You guys are the reason why I do everything. You guys are the reason why I go so hard. And I feel like this could be you too. You can be in the same position that I'm in. You could be anything you want to be, really. I know this might sound tacky, you know? It might sound tacky or cliche, but like it really is what it is. You can be anything you want to be as long as you just do it. And do it for real. And don't worry about what anybody got to fucking say. Expect that shit. Expect that downplay. Turn that shit into food and do what you gotta do. Yeah, and love yourself. Be happy. Don't be mad at the world. Just figure it out. That's it. You can't be upset if you figure it out. You can't lose if you figure it out. Don't just not figure it out. Feel me?
Put in the work.
You just gotta just do it, my man. Just do it, bro. I got addicted to just like, I dare, bro. I dare somebody tell me I can't do something. That's how I am now. I dare you. I dare you. Anybody who there's no weapon formed against me. I dare you. You can go against me, we can compete, we can do whatever. I dare you. I don't care if I lose too. You feel me?
It's an experience.
I don't care who it is. I dare you. You know, I want all. I'm not saying like, you know, there's no beef with any creators or anything out there, but I want all creative smoke. I want whatever. I want to be the best. I want to be able to believe myself when I say I'm the best. I want to prove it. You know, believe in yourself. Stop sleeping on yourself.
That's good advice. It's a lot of gems, man.
Stop sleeping on yourself, bro. It's a lot of bad things can happen. You're gonna ruin a lot of relationships with other people. Sleeping on yourself. You know, you're gonna be in a bad place. I've been there. Now I'm not living up to my potential. Now I'm not really feeling too comfortable with what I'm doing. Now I'm questioning things. Then I give it a shot. The shit goes crazy. Now I don't want to stop. You know?
Nice, man.
So if I could touch anybody with that, if that means anything to anybody. Anytime you sitting down and you feeling lazy, just like get my voice in your head. Just like, yo, just do it, bro. Just do it. You never know what can happen.
Be the reason.
Be the reason, like Marco. Marco's the reason. Marco's the reason for what you guys see in me.
I am the reason. Right?
That's a damn fact.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Thank you for coming on the podcast, man. Spinning those gems.
You know the vibes.
That's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode 3 of the CEO Talks podcast, and we'll see you on the next show.
It's your boy Kingmil the 8 guy, man. Go follow me everywhere. Social media, Kingmil Miceus. That's KINGMIL MICEUS. It's your boy Kingmil the 8 guy. When we on the CEO Talks podcast with my guy, Camera Marco, Podcast Marco,
Marco Too
Sunglass Marco, Marco Too Live,
Podcast
Marco
Marco.
the entrepreneur,
Marco on the rocket ship.
Marco on the rocket ship, traveling Marco, and I want y'all to know you're gonna see a lot of me and Marco all over the tri-state all year long.
Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell.
You know the vibes, man. Full Clips EP on the way. A few of them joints, and we're gonna leave it at that.
Everything on the way. That's fire, man. Gonna end it.